Okay, so today's video, money myths. Life is short, so let's get into it. Today's agenda. 1. Is it true? 2. The facts. 3. The problem. And 4. What next? So let's get into it. Is it true? Well, no, it's actually not true. It's actually a myth. And this myth has been spread worldwide by many people, and it just justifies their short-term thinking and decisions in life. The myth that our life is short is backed up by nothing really. It's just rumors, because if you look at the statistics, you'll see that the facts say otherwise. According to Statista, the average life expectancy of the world is between 70 and 75 years old. 70 years old for males and 75 years old for females. So as you can see, people are living quite long lives. If you're somewhere in your 20s, 30s, even if you're in your 50s, you still got potentially a number of years ahead of you. So to think that life is short and you're just going to make all these silly short-term decisions is really going to jeopardize your life in the future. Especially, you could be 50 plus and financially struggling. So don't make it an afterthought. There are a lot of people out there that are 50, 60, 70 years old that are still looking for jobs, still struggling with their finances. And these could have been the same people that when they're in the younger ages could have sorted it out sooner. So, don't put it off. Don't make it an afterthought. Don't think, oh, life is short. I can just basically think about it later, or just don't even worry about it because you're going to live a short life. You could live a long life, and then what? You haven't planned for anything in the future. And even if you are 50, 60, 70 years old, there's no better time than the present, to sort yourself out. But don't leave it to so late in the first place, Don't have that mentality of life is short. The problem, if you think life is short, you're just going to be justifying bad and stupid decision making. Oh, life is short, so let me just do this. Let me just spend money. Let me just, be careless. That's what's going to happen. It also keeps you thinking short term. If you're thinking life is short, you're just going to be thinking about today and tomorrow, this week. You're not going to be thinking about long term thinking. So it actually stops you planning for your future, stops you thinking about, years ahead, retirement, when you're unable to work anymore, like in your later part of your life, it prevents you from thinking far ahead like that, What's going to happen a decade from now? Where are you a decade from now? You're not thinking like that. Life is short. You're just thinking about today, tomorrow, next week, this week. So what next? Well, do both. You can think about short term. You can think about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But at the same time, you can think about long term too. You can think about last year, this year, next year, multiple years ahead, a decade ahead. You can think short and long term. Don't bracket yourself into just thinking short term. You can do both. So your action items for today's video are as follows. 1, I want you to go about thinking short term in your life. So think about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But at the same time, I want you to also think about long term. So last year, this year, next year, a number of years ahead, a decade ahead. Think short and long term, set goals for yourself, short and long term. Think about what you're doing with your finances, short and long term. Don't just think about, oh, life is short, thinking about today. That's going to really affect you. So with that, like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment below, and I'll give you my 2 cents.